Good evening, YouTubers. Welcome back in to another edition of Astros Recap. I should say, good morning. It's actually 12:52 a.m. So this isn't my usual time, usual place. Well, usual place, yeah. But most of these podcasts on Sunday nights, when I record them, are going to be at I'm at work at the radio station over there in the Galleria. Not so much tonight. Let me see if I can fix this camera a little bit. Well, anyway, yeah. The Astros had the night game, ESPN, 6 o'clock game, so obviously I couldn't do it there. And the Astros series actually hasn't even concluded. They had the weird wraparound series where they will play the fourth and final game of the series tomorrow night. So kind of a weird... they usually do this, I feel like, once a year where you have that wraparound series. And if I remember correctly, it's usually pretty early in the year. But it's still kind of weird. You just expect your series to end on Sunday. So not a terrible week. Obviously, the goal, with the off day Thursday, playing 4 games is 4-2. So they went 3-3. So obviously a pretty big improvement off of the 0-4 weekend they had against the Yankees, being swept at home. But they did what exactly I could have hoped against Toronto, taking 2 of 3 there, winning the first and third game of that series. But going on the road to Arlington, a place where you've had a lot of success, and thought the bats would wake up and things would just end up going our way, that didn't happen. So the Astros have a chance to split the series tomorrow, though. I mean, they'll be in a position where they can split if they can have a good outing and score some runs tomorrow. I mean, it's been an issue. There's been a lot of issues this year, not starting pitching wise. Our starting pitching has been pretty good. It's been our bullpen and our offense that's been the big issue this year. So, to recap, Monday, Renel Blanco gets the start. He throws a no-hitter. The Astros scored 10 runs, so that's about as good as it could have been to finally get your first win of the season. But the no-hitter was obviously not expected. But, I mean, that was Renel Blanco's 8th career start. That was his 8th start. So crazy that he threw a no-hitter and went the distance. It wasn't a combined. It was he threw 106 pitches, I think, something along those lines. But the no-hitter to me, always when I look at it, it's just secondary. It's kind of a cool thing, I guess. But I'm more concerned about just getting the win, and the first one of the year. That was a big one. But the offense spoke up. I mean, they hit like 6 home runs, I think. But Blanco's line, if I can find it here, threw 105 pitches, I think. 105 pitches. But yeah, complete game. Walked 2 guys. Walked the same 2 guys. It was George Springer in the first and George Springer in the 9th. Struck out 7. But his changeup was what was working for him. Like, he had a lot of strikeouts on that changeup, so that's sort of his pitch, if you can locate it. So, but I mean, yeah, we hit 5, 6. I got 5. Let's see if I can find this. Home runs. They just won't even give me. So look at the box score here. Can they give me something? So yeah, Kyle Tucker hit a home run. He had 2. Yano Diaz had 2. Jeremy Pena had 1. And hold on, let me see here. They had 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess it was 5 home runs. 5 home runs. So yeah, Diaz had 2. Tucker had 2, and then Jeremy Pena finally got his first in forever. But yeah, I mean, good game. But when you score 10 runs, you're curious on the next game. Tuesday, they didn't deserve to win this. I mean, the only guy that deserved to win this was Framber Valdez, who was very good in this start. He struggled with the walks the opening day against the Yankees. Not a great start there. But this one was good. He went 7 2/3, 6 hits, didn't walk a single batter, struck out 5, scoreless. I mean, his line was great. only one that deserved to win this game. Offense obviously didn't. Altuve did hit a home run. He also got picked off a third. Atrocious. His base running has reared its ugly head here. First 10 games of the year. I mean, even I think it was yesterday, Saturday, he got picked off of first base. Him on the bases is just a nightmare. Altuve just, I mean, it's just, like, he got picked off a third on this game on Tuesday. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, you take your lead off a third. There was like one out in the inning at the time, I think. One out. I think there was one out. I could be wrong. But, I mean, I don't know what he was doing. Like, it was at pitch. It wasn't even, like, in the dirt, I don't think. And he just wandered off third. Like he was, like, going towards home plate, whatever he was. I don't know. But it was ugly. And then you had the Jake Myers falling down trying to steal second there in the ninth, where he got sort of, picked off. He was going to be out either way. Like, he got a bad jump, but it was Chad Green was in the game at the time for the Blue Jays. Remember Chad Green from his Yankee days, but yeah, he took off towards second. The slide step threw him off. He was going to be out by a mile. He said he tried to turn on the brakes, but even if you did that, you're going to be caught in a rundown, and that never works out. So, yeah, it was a bad, ugly loss. They actually went into the ninth inning up 1-0. So Josh Hader, once again, Josh Hader's been awful this year. The first, like, 2 outings, I think he struck out the side opening day in a losing effort, and the Astros were down a run. The first 2 outings, I think he was pretty solid, but he gave up that go-ahead base hit to Juan Soto. This game he blew 2 outs. He's walking guys. He's not throwing strikes. Even today, it was awful watching him try to close out the game. I mean, you have 3-0, and I'll get to that later here, but, I mean, Hader, everybody in the bullpen, I mean, it's crazy. People like Seth Martinez and Rafael Montero and, like, Taylor Scott, those have actually been the better pitchers. Like, your shutdown guys, Abreu, Presley, and Hader, have all been pretty bad this year. I mean, there's no two ways about it. I mean, I'll go look at their ERAs. They're not good. But Hader in this game, I mean, they did not deserve to win this game. So I almost didn't want them to win this game because nobody deserved it except Framber Valdez. But Hader gets, I think he allows a base hit. Yeah, he allows a base hit. He gets a double play. So 2 outs, nobody on, you're 1 out away. He walks the next hitter. That's a big issue for a closer. In a 1-run game to walk a guy. And then the next guy, sure enough, hits a 2-run home run. They score 2. They lose the game. Hader was bad. I'm looking at the line right now. 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned, 1 walk. And the home run he gave up. So, yeah, Presley came in, got Anna out. So he got in out to get Framber through the 8th. Or pick up that last out in the 8th. But yeah, I mean, Hader, the guy you spent $95 million on, is not off to a good start this year. Not good there. And we're going to get to another game where he wasn't very good either, I think. But they did bounce back Wednesday, shutout 8-0. Won't get into it. A lot more home runs this game as well. I think Christian Javier was very good again, second straight start. He only went 5 innings, but 1 hit. He walked 5, actually. That's not good. Walked 5. But 3 strikeouts and didn't allow any runs to score. Martinez got in a clean inning. Rafael Montero walked a guy, struck out a guy, but other than that was nothing on his line. Taylor Scott had a good inning, struck out 2. Dylan Coleman, the only reason he was up is because J.P. France went on paternity leave. So Coleman actually got, taste there, but he walked a guy, struck out. They only gave 1 hit the entire game. So Martinez, Montero, Taylor Scott, Dylan Coleman all did their job out of the bullpen. And then we hit some more home runs here, and let me get those for you here. Yordan Alvarez hit 2, finally getting going there. Pena hit another, and Altuve hit his 3rd. So a lot of home runs in those 2 offensive outbursts at home was good to see. Shutout, the no-hitter, and then this Wednesday game. So at the end of that series, had to be satisfied taking 2 or 3, but moving with the off day Thursday, Friday. After 3 games, their offense, listen to this. So Hunter Brown was awful on Friday. I mean, listen to this line by Hunter Brown. 3 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, walks 4, strikes out 3. Not good. Not good enough. 5 earned runs. Belak came in, gave up 5 earned on his own. So Belak wasn't good, but got them through at least 3 more innings to eat up. I mean, this game was over after the 3rd inning, basically. It was 5-0 after the 2nd, after the 4th, 6, 7, 10. I mean, the Astros had no chance. And then they hit one. I mean, Myers hit a home run in the 8th, 2-run shot that meant absolutely zero. I mean, there was a mop-up guy in there, I think, just getting through the game. But the Astros had no chance, basically, from the jump in that. And Hunter Brown was awful. The worst start all of our starters have hit all year was that right there. Yeah, I think about opening day where Framber struggled with the 6 walks, really unraveling there in the 5th inning. And then this start, super bad. Hunter Brown, this is an opportunity. I mean, people were really tearing him apart after this game. Hunter Brown, interesting situation we got going here. We know the struggles Hunter Brown had last year, especially as the season went on. He was sort of up and down, I felt like, early on. And then he got worse and worse and worse. So bad to where by the end of the year he was in the bullpen as just a mop-up guy. But Hunter Brown, I don't know. It'll be an interesting situation going forward with Hunter Brown, who he is, what can he give us. But he was a highly touted prospect. Got a taste of Major League Baseball in 2022. Even made the playoff roster. Was not very good. Not really used in the playoffs. I think there was a game in New York where he got in the game late, but he didn't really pitch a whole lot. But I thought he was good enough in the regular season towards the end of 2022 where it looked like there was some promise there. But last year was a bad year for him. Official first rookie year for him. And then, I mean, it's only 2 starts. I'm not gonna, I didn't tear him to pieces like I feel like most people did. So, but it's gonna be interesting to see. Can he be a guy at least a middle of the rotation, the guy that can give us quality starts? I mean, I think you would take that from him. But he'll be back out there. What is it? Tuesday, Wednesday? I'm thinking. Because yeah, you'll have Framber Valdez go tomorrow. Christian Javier Tuesday. Yeah, Hunter Brown will be back out there on Wednesday. So we'll see. It'll be an interesting start for him. See if he can sort of bounce back. But that was a bad game. And the home run meant nothing in the 8th inning. I mean, they were down 10-0. So don't count that as like a viable 2 runs there. And then Saturday, the only 2 runs they scored here were gifted to them on an error with the bases loaded, 2 outs. I think Yainer Diaz hit a ground ball to shortstop. Corey Seager booted it, bobbled. Then he picked it up and threw it poorly to first. They got away from the first baseman and scored 2 runs. That was all they scored. Now, J.P. French was pretty good in this game. I mean, he went 5 2, basically identical outing from his first one. 5 2/3, 8 hits. That wasn't great, but 3 earned runs. I mean, that's as close to it's like identical line I think from his first outing, which was on Sunday against the Yankees. Walked 2, struck out 4. So I'll take that from J.P. France. I mean, he's the fifth or fourth guy. But yeah, Abreu got in out. Also gave up a hit, walked a guy. So not great, but got in out to get through that 6th inning. Montero, another scoreless inning, walked a guy, but other than that, it was pretty clean. Presley was awful. I mean, he couldn't get outs. He got 1 out, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and every hit was like line drive, high exit velo. I mean, it was like batting practice. Presley, God, like, oh, that was ugly from Ryan Presley. But yes, last night. I mean, the Astros were already down in that 8th inning, but it just was hard hit after hard hit. He had nothing working. It got so bad that yeah, Spot had to get out and just get him off the mound because things were just terrible. Taylor Scott comes in, strikes out two, gives up a hit, but got through the inning. Taylor Scott hasn't been terrible. I mean, 4.50 ERA, better than most of the guys in that bullpen. But listen to this: Abreu got out. ERA 10.13 for Abreu. Presley after this game 20.25. And we just talked about Hader earlier. ERA in the sixes. So that's exactly my point. Now today they win. Now, obviously, Renel Blanco was the story again. They had one big hit, one hit. It was the Yordan Alvarez 3-run home run, and Renel Blanco was brilliant again. I mean, he got through 5 hitless innings, so there was 14 and 2/3 innings. I was watching this on ESPN, obviously, but I think they were counting. Once they got to like the third, fourth inning, they were counting all the hitless innings he had to start the season. I think he got to 14 and 2/3 innings of hitless baseball. So Renel Blanco's been huge. Like, he's not a guy you're taking at this rotation at this rate when Verlander gets healthy. Now the pitch count did run up a little bit for him, so he's only able to get through 6. I mean, he threw 90 pitches. That's about right. 90 pitches, 6 innings, 1 hit. He did walk 4 guys, struck out 4. But Montero had another clean inning. Montero, you look up, the ERA is under 2 now, 1.93. So Montero's a guy, especially if, Presley and Abreu aren't getting the job done. Montero's a guy that you might need to use. Presley did come back in this game and worked a scoreless inning, which was good for him to get that sort of bad taste out of the mouth. But really the big issue for me this game was Josh Hader. I mean, I got home to watch him try to close out a 3-0 lead. And right out of the gate, I want to actually look at this closely to give you exactly what happened here. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the very end of this game. But you can't have a closer do this. When you're up, like I literally wanted Hader to just throw fastballs in the heart of the zone and just hope they get hit at people. Like, as a closer, you can't be walking people, especially in a 3-0 game. But he gets there's a little bloop. Wyatt Langford hits a little bloop, a fly ball to left that Chas McCormick laid out for and actually got the first out of the inning. But then he walks Adolis Garcia, which is a big no-no. You don't walk people in a 3-0 game. Then they had a pinch hitter. Now, Garcia got the second on a wild pitch, so you can't be doing that. Single, scores him. And then he gets lucky on a hard shot to third base. Bregman made a good pickup, and they turned the double play. Good pickup by Bregman, throwing it to second, and then Abreu with the scoop at first. But that was a horrible outing by Hader. I mean, I guess he gets credit for the save, but it's not good with Hader right now. It's not. Just to give you a line so far this year, his numbers so far. Third straight game he gave up runs, ERA up to 7.20. So dive a little deeper here. This year, 0-2 record, 7.20 ERA, 7 strikeouts in 5 innings. Not good enough. Not good enough. Hader's a guy. Like they're going to have to ride these guys. Like people like Abreu and Presley and Hader, you have to ride those guys. Like, you have to do it. Like, you paid Hader $95 million. But he's got to be better than what he's giving you so far. He's allowed runs in, 3 straight outings. And what's he pitching, 5 games? 6 games? 1 for 2 in saves, but the ERA is way too high. Needs to get back to striking hitters out. Just pouring the fastball. Throw strikes. You can't be walking people. You just can't do it. But overall, the bullpen's been pretty much a mess. Montero's probably the one bright spot, but I still don't trust Montero in a big spot. I still don't. But 1.93 ERA, can't argue that. But every time Presley or Abreu have like a good outing and you're thinking, it gives them going, they come up the next time and then they give up runs. So very inconsistent in that bullpen. It's hard to trust anybody. But the starters overall been good, excluding the Hunter Brown, where he got absolutely slaughtered on the Friday game. 3-3, chance to pull out this. But think about this: offense, big issue. And I'm going to look at these numbers here in a little bit to give you a closer look at what these hitters are doing. You scored two meaningless runs on Friday with that late home run where the game was 10-0. You're gifted 2 runs on Saturday, and one swing got you 3 runs Sunday. That's not good enough to get it done, especially in a ballpark where they've actually had success hitting, but not after 3 games. Not after 3 games. And I'm going to go through this lineup real quick just to give you a sense. Now, Altuve's hitting 375, OPS over 1,000. That's good. Alvarez has picked it up, hit 3 home runs this week, 256, 854 OPS. I'm good with that. Tucker, 275, 816 OPS. Could be better, but not concerned there. Bregman, 171. God, he's been awful. 504 OPS. OPS at 504. Bregman's got to be better. He's been awful. Yanner's cooled off from his hot start, but he's still hitting 316 with an 866 OPS. So Yanner Diaz is, although he's been hitless the last few games, struck out a little bit more than you'd like. I'll hold off on him. Whether it's Singleton or Abreu, they both stink. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation at first base right now. And it's kind of tough. I mean, Joey Loperfido's down there in AAA. He's got 5 home runs. If I'm Loperfido, or if I'm managing AAA right now, or if I'm Joe Espada, more so Dana Brown, I'm making a call to the manager at AAA, whoever that might be, not exactly sure. And I'm telling him right now, play Loperfido every day at first base. Because that position, like, you can't, like, I cringe watching Abreu try to hit these days. It is bad. And you can't go, I don't care how much they pay. They could be paying him $50 million. If you're not playing well, you're not playing well. And it's not like Loperfido has to come up and be some superstar. Just hit 200 and you get the job, basically. That's where we're at first base. I'd rather see Singleton try to get base hits than Abreu. So when I see Singleton in the lineup, I'm actually a little bit relieved. Because I'm just watching Abreu, my God, it is bad. And he can't play first base either. So he's a bad first baseman and he can't hit. It's all bad there. But yeah, Bregman, 171 average, 504 OPS. And I hate hearing about it. He's a slow starter. I don't care. The season started. We're 10 games in. Either get it together or, I mean, he's not worth anything. Contract. He's in a contract year. He's not worth anything. Nothing. If he gets it going, then we'll start to give him credit. But right now, he's hitting 4th in the lineup and hitting 171. So, but like I said, Diaz at 316. I'll take that. Singleton, Abreu. Singleton 154. Abreu, .074. He's hitting 074. 212 OPS. That's what Abreu's giving you. It's awful. He's so bad. McCormick, 241, 681 OPS. He could be better. Pena, 333. I'll take it. 896 OPS. Myers, 250. I'll take a 250 average from Myers. 868 OPS. So really, yeah, you're looking at the bad guys. It's Bregman and it's whoever plays first base for you right now. But they also can't get timely hits. So averages don't tell you everything because they can't get hits with runners on base. They probably lead all of baseball with runners left on base. But yeah, I've gone long enough today. So I'm going to try to get this out here posted early tomorrow morning. But bullpen's got to be more consistent. They got to get better. Hader's got to be better. Presley, Abreu, all of them. The guys that you weren't relying on, Seth Martinez, Rafael Montero, Taylor Scott, those have been the better pitchers for you, the more reliable guys so far. One more at Texas. You'll play 3 in Kansas City before they come back home to play Texas again for 3 at Minute Maid. So that's what you got coming up. Again, 5 games, no off day this week. So the goal, 6 games, it's 4-2. 7 games, it's 4-2 is 6. 5-2 is 7. So 5-2 is the goal. Find a way to get the offense going, get timely hits, bullpen, straighten up, pull yourself together, be better, and starters keep doing what you're doing. And that wraps up my assessment of the Astros after 10 games and 2 weeks in. We'll talk to you next Sunday afternoon game, I think. Let me double check this here. Get back to the schedule. Yeah. Next Sunday's game will be in the afternoon. So I'll probably be talking to you next Sunday from the iHeartMedia studio. We'll see you then.